just took the quiz for last night. He gave me full points. Didn't even mark it late. Ah,
Beautiful.
you start recording this? Dang it.
I just now, yeah.
Oh well, it's all good. Whatever happens, happens.
80
Right.
would it eat, you know?
Did any of you guys have icebreakers? Did anyone want to lead this?
I think I led the last one,
Yeah.
I,
but I'm
I
more
can
than
lead the discussion questions.
Let me grab some icebreakers.
I'll look up one too.
The worst icebreakers.
The worst icebreakers.
Yeah, get a bad one.
The worst corporate icebreakers. This one's called the
Oh.
human knot. In the human knot game, coworkers gather in circles and must grab hold of the hands of the people who are across from
Oh,
them.
I've done that.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, you just reach across. You can't have like your hands with the person next to you.
And then you untangle yourselves.
Yep.
Um,
Which sometimes doesn't even work because you're too tangled.
Oh well. Jason, you have me some questions? Some icebreaker.
What was your dream job as a child?
I've never had one.
Really?
Yeah, I
How about going into high school?
still didn't have one. I don't have like a preferred career at the still. Like,
Still to this day, you're like, whatever happens, happens.
yep. And like if I go into I'm gonna do an internship next year for my bachelor's, and I'm like, well, I'll try out the office job kind of deal, and if that's not that great, then I'll just do project management for a construction company, and if I don't like that, then I'll just do tile.
Kyle, is that what you said?
Yeah, because that's what I do now. It pays good too, so
Well, if you don't hate it, then it's, a good
I
thing.
don't hate it. Yep. Well, my issue is I'm
Jeez, my hair.
decently good at learning how to do anything if someone will just sit there and show me how to do it.
That's me.
So like throughout high school, throughout all of my schooling, it's like when somebody said you could do anything that you set your mind to, I'm like, yeah, I know. Like,
But show me first.
what should I do though?
That's fair.
And I just haven't had anything that was like overly interesting that I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. So maybe I wanted to be a professional soccer player when I was like pretty young, but even that I was like, I'm white from America. It's not happening. They got enough white people in England doing their thing.
Oh, that's funny.
How many people we send from Birmingham to the Premier League? Actually, more than you would think, two.
I was gonna say there's from Alabama.
Yeah, there was one from my area. I played against him one time.
Who was that?
Oh, I forget what his name is. He's from roughly Hoover. Let's see. But yeah, I just haven't had a dream career. If anybody has different,
Interesting. That's interesting. Because, I feel like a lot of the standard answers are I want to be a police officer, I want to be a firefighter, those type of things. You didn't want that?
no, not really. I didn't think it sounded that bad, and honestly, I didn't think that being a veterinarian would be that bad. And now I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I should have done that because my father-in-law would have sold it to me.
You have had a nice, easy, not easy, but a very good way to get a business.
It would have
that's already-
transitioned really good. So
Yeah.
for that time.
have you heard of Chris Richards? He
Oh,
plays
yeah.
for Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace. Huh.
Yep. So he's from Birmingham. I'm literally like a month older than him, and I played against him when I was pretty young, like really young, because he was on a travel team, and we just got invited to play them because we were like the best like rec team in the area.
Cool.
And then he moved to Texas where he did some like youth training, and then he got put on the FC Dallas team for 2 years, I think as a like a U19, and then he got traded or he got loaned to Bayern Munich in like 2018.
Oh, that's a big club.
Yeah, so now he plays for Crystal Palace and the United States national team.
Cool.
Yeah. He's the only one that made it out, but to be fair, I think his parents were like super athletes. So
Nice. Daniel, what was your childhood dream?
As a child, I think there was two that I was really like, I want to be a stunt double, like
yeah,
Okay.
6-year-old. And
Nice.
then as I got a little bit older, I was like, a paleontologist would be pretty cool. Go dig up some dinosaur bones.
That would be cool.
But then I went to high school, and the teachers shattered my dreams.
Always
that's
happens that
probably
way.
yeah. I feel like that's kind of American school system at the moment.
You can't do that.
No, that you're gonna end up as a high school teacher. I'm like, be a
Did
loser
any of
like
you guys ever take that test that like told you what you should be with like when you grow up, like a career test in high school?
Mhm.
Or like the ASVAB for the Navy or the
yeah.
military just in general, I think.
It made me take the
Uh,
SFAB and I scored high enough where they were like, you can do anything. Uh just join the military. And I was like, I'm not doing it.
no, you're like, no thanks.
Yeah, I think you have to score like a 70 or higher to like for them to like pretty much just let you choose whatever you want to do. So I was like at like an 80 and they're like, yeah, you rocked it. And then I had a friend that he got like a 94 on it and they were like,
Please
uh
come. Please come. Please, we'll do anything
please.
type of
And he
thing.
was like, okay. So I think he's a doctor now.
Oh wow.
Jeez, that's crazy.
My my brother, he joined the Navy. Like he scored pretty good on the ASVAB and he was hoping to become an engineer. But I guess when you join the Navy, there's only like so many jobs available at a time. And when he joined, they were like, the only position open right now is cook. He was like, what? So he was a cook for like the first like 6 months in the Navy. And now he does inventory on airplanes.
So Jason, do you have a dream career or you kind of like me?
Uh, no, I for the longest time always wanted to be a professional soccer player. Played since I was 5, just loved it. Realized that's not gonna happen. So about 14, I really wanted to be a marine biologist. And so I took biology my like junior year in high school. Hated that class. And I was like, yeah, nope, frick that. Nope.
Did you realize that like 90% of marine biologists turn into middle school science teachers?
Did not know that, but
Yeah. So Alabama's big into marine biology because we're on the water.
yeah.
So I have a bunch of like family members and friends that like went into it, all high school teachers. Every single last one of them. My biology teacher as a seventh grader, she she was a marine biologist.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I just love the ocean. I think it's very intriguing. But I also figured I hate biology and I hate swimming. So decided that was a no-go for me. Um, so yeah, decided to, well, I've changed my career so many times. I wanted to be doctor, did not want to do that. So I said, oh, I'll be physical therapist. Did not enjoy that whatsoever. And so I'm in business now. But yeah, that's fun.
I mean,
If
how
you
it worked
shoot for the
out.
moon, you'll land among the stars.
Yep.
Sucks.
Get there eventually.
Jake, if you're there, did you ever have a dream career when you were a kid?
I don't recall me ever really wanting to do a certain thing or not, to be honest with you. I kind of just went with the flow.
That's what Ben said.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I just realized you guys probably started at 6.
Oh, no worries.
No,
I just gotta get
good.
going at like 6:45. I got a Temple Recommend interview.
Oh, lucky guy.
I know, today and tomorrow. So I get the state president tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
Mm.
I take a nap before this meeting because I've been going to work earlier, around 10 o'clock at night. So it's just a mess. But
Nice.
yeah, you say so.
So Jake, what happened is we all kind of realized that we did not want to do homework on the 4th of July.
Nice.
So we didn't. Did you happen to do the assignment?
I didn't do it to the extent that I probably should have. Like I didn't do the tree, but I answered a couple of like the roommate questions. Well, that was the roommate questions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can kind of lead us in that if you'd like, but I guess I didn't do the tree or anything like we were supposed to. Well,
I have an idea that maybe we should just do the discussion questions on the call and then text about the business case if we're feeling so inclined this week.
that sounds amazing.
Good with
Sounds
me.
good with me.
All right, let's see here.
Let me get it pulled up. This is week 12, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Whoa.
You ever lived in a house with a roommate? Do my wife and kids count?
Yes.
Those are the worst roommates.
Uh,
Nah, this is probably the best.
Best and the worst. Best and the worst.
I don't know. I had the other only roommates I had were on my mission, and I had some crappy companions. So
Were you the fix-it elder? You
I
got people who are broken.
yeah, after so I started in 2011, and so I was part of that first training group that started the new training with the come follow me and all that, and like the two transfers of training.
I have no idea what
So-
that is.
Yeah, it's when did you serve?
2019 to 21.
Did it change?
So-
this year?
Jason's talking about 12 a week is what it was.
Yeah, 12
Right.
a week.
Oh, isn't that was that discontinued? Or maybe
Yeah.
my I don't think my trainer was just like that's a waste of time.
Oh, well, that could be this. Anyways, I finished training, got put with my trainer one more time, literally 2 weeks in. We got called from president, hey, you're gonna fix the companionship. You're leaving Elder Patterson. I'm like, oh, frick.
We
And
love
that's
that.
pretty much how it was my entire mission. I was just put with companions that were struggling with each other. Which was okay because I'm pretty easygoing. I get along with everyone. But when my main companion was the district leader and didn't want to go walk or track or do anything, that was frustrating as heck.
I had one of those that did exactly that. I had his last transfer and I killed him. And
He
like,
was-
buddy, you're the district leader. You should at least be doing some missionary work.
you would think. The worst part was he still had a year left.
Oh shoot!
Oh, wow.
Ouch!
And so he was or 8 months. Yeah, like you're
Oh
able
boy,
something
be
like that.
struggling.
And he was district leader, and man, he would like go preach, like, let's go do this, da, 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 go do this, work hard. And then we'd go get home from the district meeting and
Do
he's like, all
nothing.
right, I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm like, the heck did you just talk about? I said, no, let's go. And he's like, no, I'm senior companion. I'm like, you freaking little schmuck. But and then he always wanted to work out. He's like, let's go get gym memberships. I'm like, bro, we're in Paraguay. There's the gym here is just people on steroids. But
Sounds amazing.
anyways, sorry. That's a sidetrack.
Roommates
Yeah.
are fun. I had a roommate in right before I got married. He was autistic, but he was like very high functioning, but very emotionally like not there. Like he just like could not be with a normal group of guys. So he would clog the toilet all the time, and so we shared, so we had two people in each room, and two of us would share one bathroom. So the guy he would share a bathroom with didn't even sleep in the room. He would sleep on the couch. It just like he's like such a respectful person, literally the nicest guy ever. And all he would ask, he's like, "Hey, if you stop up the toilet, just like get maintenance to do it, fix it yourself." And he's like, "It's not me." And he would just like yell at us. And he yelled at his roommate one time so bad that I was like, "Hey, you should not talk to anybody ever like that." And then he like leaned into me, and I was like, "Nah." And he came and stood in my doorway, and he was like, "I don't understand why the F you would ever talk to me like that." And I was like, "Okay, dude." And
Hey.
and then we were all gonna go talk to the residents, like the TAs or whatever. We were gonna go talk to them and be like, "Hey, like he's gotta like fix something, or he needs to get going." And so I was gonna go walk out, and he just like shoves me, and I was like, punching an autistic person is not nice. Like that was literally my thought process, was like, I'm gonna beat the living tar out of an autistic person. Let me just not do that. So luckily I didn't do any of that, but yeah, that was. But living with my wife is pretty easy.
That's good.
I don't have any kids at the moment, so far so good.
Speaking of roommates,
Are you done?
Kick them out.
I literally just got home from work and they're like, "Can you just not be on school?" I'm like, "I wish."
So the next question is, have you ever missed a rent payment, and what did your landlord do?
No, I've never
thankfully
missed.
never missed a payment.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to not have to deal with that.
All right, so what's the next question?
I know, like, if, for example, in my clause, like if I'm late, it's like an additional $20 per day that I'm late type of thing.
Yeah, I have a fee associated with it as well. I've always heard people say you should just ask for extra time, though. I don't know.
I've heard that too, but I'm
I feel like
like,
corporate landlords are evil, though.
see, though, mine's a professor at Snow College here in Utah.
Snow College. Holy crap.
Yeah, he teaches
No.
chemistry.
Does he
So he just
commute?
like, oh,
No, he lives down there, so he just
Oh.
owns the building here.
they probably taught my sister-in-law chemistry this past semester.
Probably, but yeah. I bet if I was to ask him, he'd be lenient. But if you're dealing with like corporate, big businesses that just do rentals, no way.
Well,
Like this is a contract, take it or leave it type of thing. So I have a friend that purposely misses. I don't know why.
That's so weird.
Like they'd rather buy things, and so like they're doing like on the 5th, but have to pay by like the 11th because that's when their paycheck comes in. I'm like, dude, just use your last paycheck last minute. Nah. I'm like, you're spending an extra like $300 a month, and they already pay $1,400. I'm like, you're a freaking idiot.
That's
But
crazy.
That's really dumb.
Mine, we like signed up to have it like reported for like our credit score, so it just like goes up and up every time we pay.
you need to do that. I totally forgot you can do that with rent.
Yeah, but if you miss, you're screwed. It's like an $1,800 or like $1,700 missed payment.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. My credit score is pretty dang good without doing that. So
It's true.
thanks, parents, for setting me up real good. Like, help me out with the car situation and make sure I'm not stupid.
Dude, yeah, if I had known about credit, I would have gone a credit card before my mission and put $10 on it every month and just paid it off.
Yep. I really wish I did something like that. Because I come back from a mission, I can't do shiz. I can't buy a car, can't really buy rent really, because there was like, well, it's your credit score. I don't have any. It's 0.
And then when you do get a credit card and stuff, they're like, your credit history is insufficient.
Yeah. You're like, well, no kidding.
They still tell me that, and I've had a credit card for like a year and a half, 2 years. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the freak? I'm like, what do you want from me?
Seriously.
Oh,
Well.
it says some landlords seem greedy. What's the average landlord's objective?
Make that bread.
Make
Yeah.
that bread.
If it's a business, it's to make money. Well, for both, personal, if it's like a private their business, it's make money. They've already factored in certain things, and so they know they're making so much off each rent.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Oh,
if it's not to make money, they wouldn't have bought this place, to be completely honest.
yeah.
There's no reason to own a property then.
It's a lot of people's like retirement.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
And,
It's
like-
passive income.
it's passive.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
like
should say minimal, usually
it's
minimal work.
less than a 40-hour work week. It's still like,
Like I haven't seen my landlord in 8 months,
yeah, that's very passive for him. He's lucky.
but it's probably because I'm a good tenant and don't trash the place.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen mine in a long time. But that's kind of my hope is like
That's how it should be though.
even like no matter what I end up doing, I think something that's always kind of stuck out to me is flipping houses. So I would like to flip houses.
And rent them or sell them.
Both.
Both.
So like if I can like do one first to sell and then have enough money to maybe buy two and then rent one and then
Sell
flip
another
another.
one.
That's what I would like to do, but it's expensive to start doing that.
You sure?
Also hard to explain to your wife that you're gonna buy a house not for you.
Right?
Well, it will be for you for like 2 years if you live in it. And then you don't have to pay capital gains tax.
My buddy right out of high school bought a fourplex.
Really?
So well, I graduated in 2010, so let me rephrase that.
Oh,
You got, like, a sweet deal.
We were still
So-
kind of in this recession thing.
Yeah, so he bought a fourplex for like 400K. And so basically each apartment was 100K, and he lives in one, rents 3, and manages them. That's his main income. He rents each one for $1,600.
Really?
He's living life.
Dang.
Yeah.
Just fine.
Nice. Must be nice.
Must have been nice to get into that because that's like I wish I would have done. Me and my wife regret it. We could have bought a townhome about 6 years ago when we decided, we're just not ready for it. Now we're like, fetch. Because that same
We're
townhome
totally
just got
ready for it.
we were ready for it. Exactly. The townhome was like listed for like 270. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this.
Wow.
We just checked it again. It's like now like 510. I'm like,
If you,
I
if you
hate
buy
myself
it
so
and you rent
much.
it, you can't even like make a profit anymore. It's
Nope.
like your rent is like I see people post on like rent pages on Facebook and the rent's as much as the mortgage. I'm like, why would I rent if you just buy
Yep.
$3,000, $2,400? It's like you're insane.
I have a
Yep.
friend that he's like my age, and him and his wife just bought a condo for $315, and their monthly mortgage is like $2,000. I'm like,
For a condo?
for a condo, it's 3-bedroom condo. I'm like, okay, I understand. Like, I could physically afford that. Like finances, I could afford that,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna. Like, that's
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
2,000 for essentially an apartment.
An apartment, yeah. You get an apartment for $500 cheaper.
Yep. It's
Or you
crazy.
could just get like a really nice apartment and still pay less than that.
It's true.
My wife and I are thinking about maybe doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe going in on like a $1,600 apartment.
Yeah. Do it.
Go a
You
little
can do it.
Go a little crazy, treat ourselves. We've been living in this one that was built in like 1950.
Oh, that's the house I'm living in. It leans.
It's just
It's angled. It's like this.
ooh. It's
'Cause
really
thing-
good
'cause
for
things are
skateboarding in the
flush.
house.
Oh man. But I think we were talking about the next question. Are some lenders more generous than others? Does it just generosity cost the landlord money? Absolutely.
Yeah.
If like, especially like if you're late, if you ask and they say, yeah, no problem, they're out whatever your deal was. So if it's like $20 extra each day you're late, you're 5 days late, that's, good chunk of money that they get just because you're late type of thing. So, but if they're not just in it for the money and they're kind, that's always nice. But generosity does affect it.
My mission was renting from a Baptist preacher in one of my areas. There was a house. And believe it or not, it was perfect. But this short little African American dude, and
That's so
my
cool.
my companion took advantage of that guy. I'm like, buddy, we can't be doing that. He goes, but we need a new dishwasher. It doesn't match the fridge or the stove. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So he complained about that. The guy walked in and goes, oh, the Lord's apostles need a new dishwasher. We're gonna get it replaced. I'm like, oh great.
What?
Yeah,
And
he had,
rent prices in Alabama are not good.
yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
My sister lives in like I think the apartment complex was built like 7, 8 years ago. Still very nice. I think she pays the same amount as me, and all of her utilities are paid for. And then they also get a media package for free.
And
And it has like a pool and it has a gym,
that's all included?
all included for like $11.50. I'm like,
it's a different world down there.
yeah. And then my other brother,
That's
he
so
lives
good.
in Auburn, Alabama, and he got a townhouse for $1,400 a month.
$1,400 townhome?
Yeah, I have a friend that bought a house when he was
So
20 years
jealous.
old for $215,000. It's a 3-bed, 2-car garage, 2.5 baths. I'm like, okay. And you could still do that in my area. And I don't even live in a bad area. Like, you just have to live 15 minutes south of where I grew up.
There's a kid that actually goes to Ensign College that has a remote job that's based in Utah. It's paid like $35 an hour, and he lives in Alabama. He moved to Huntsville like a year ago.
Genius.
Yeah, like
I
he
wish I
has
could
a
do that.
Utah job in the Alabama economy. He is rolling in the dough.
That's like doing a California job
But living
living in Utah.
Oh yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I wish I could do that.
Nothing would beat California job Alabama though.
Oh my gosh,
That would be choice.
how would it be?
I wish I could do that. I'd move to Tennessee. It's my wife has family there. Get paid a California salary, but pay Tennessee taxes and all that. Oof. Yes, please. Hard.
I was talking to my parents, and no matter what, my starter house will immediately cost more than my parents' house, no matter what.
That's so sad.
Yeah, like that condo my friend bought is probably about the same cost as my parents' house.
Ouch.
Like $315.
Dude, my parents, they bought their first home for 88 grand. And they
88?
still own it. It's worth like $410,000 now.
Oh,
I'm like, that's just nuts. Or like my grandparents too. They bought a home in Santee or in San Diego back in like the mid 90s. They bought it for like 175,000 and now it's worth $750,000.
That's when you take a loan off your equity
Yeah, that's what they did.
and you
Yeah.
buy some rentals or something, buy a new house.
They ended up using it for their retirement because their
I mean, it's San Diego.
General Motors went down. So they lost their retirement.
Stuff like that drives me nuts. My parents bought their house right after the 2008 crash, so they got into this house at like $200,000, and right now it's like worth 750. And my dad just rubs it in. He goes, "Man, this house is nice. It's nice owning a house." I'm like, "Thanks for reminding me."
My dad reminds me that I could any day buy a house in Alabama. I know, Dad. I know.
You're like, thanks,
He's like-
Dad. You're
he's like,
appreciate
yeah.
that.
He's like, you could charge the same amount and do tile and you can just live in a house. And I was like, I know. He's like, and you can have a dog, and you can have your truck that you've always wanted. Like, I know, Dad. He's like, so just move here. It's not that easy.
Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
My parents bought a house for my grandpa too. And both the houses, if they sold both the houses they own, they could still not afford a house in Utah.
Wow.
Luckily, my dad is like a mechanical engineer of 35 years. So like
He's
they would
good.
have to pay him all of the monies. But yeah, that's insane. Okay, so if you were a landlord, would you be concerned if somebody was 10 days late on rent?
My favorite answer, it depends. I'm pretty lenient, especially if it's, family emergency, medical emergency, those type of things. But if you're late multiple times, like that's an issue.
Yeah.
But and the thing is though, if they communicate to me beforehand that they're going to be late as well, I think that's I'm doable to work with that. But I don't know. There's so many circumstances that are things that have to cause that. So because one, I would do my best to make sure I rent to someone I can trust.
Yeah, I think if you go past the 15-day mark, then it's a serious problem because that's like a pay period.
Yeah,
It's like you not get paid.
Yep, I agree. That's a good
Yeah.
point. 15-day. Yeah, I agree with that.
15 days would be like they would have to like call me begging. Like I'll be pushing it for me. 10 days is kind of pushing it pretty dang good. But it also depends on how many renters I have and like what my
You just rolling it.
like if my mortgage, is like on the building, say I own a duplex, if I'm in for like 3 grand a month and you're paying like say, I don't know, 1,800 per side, I'm out $1,200. Like really, I like me personally, $1,200. Like that would suck a little bit. But if I have like, you know, 8 or 10 units, like I think my landlord owns 8. Um, and I'm sure his mortgage is like, maybe $2,000 a month for both. Like he bought it perfect timing. I'm like, if you got 8 and you're waiting a little bit, I think I would be much more able to help. It's for me, it's about ability. It's not so much about like, I don't know, kind of like what Jason was saying.
Yeah.
Ooh.
If
And I
you were a
guess
landlord, how would you approach evicting someone? Ooh, I really hope wouldn't have to do that, but again, has to be multiple things, not just a one incident, I guess. Oh well, I can't just say that because if it's a major incident, yeah, you're gone. Like
yeah,
you do something really bad or whatever. But yeah.
I think the better you keep things in writing, the better off you'll be.
That is so true. And I wish my landlord would be better at that because he always texts me or calls me, excuse me. He calls me and I'm like, okay, is this like recorded? Is this like guaranteed? So I always text him after, like, hey, this is what we talked about. Are we still good to do this type of thing?
Yeah, I took a paralegal class at the college. We had a case study about like evicting someone, and it was like someone who was getting evicted, but they claimed they were being like wrongfully evicted.
Huh.
And like Utah state law says you have to have like a notice like delivered to them in a certain way for it to be effective. And if you don't, they can just like live there forever until they get that like proper
Shut
notice.
up.
So like write it and like put it in their mail.
I believe I
Federal.
think you actually have to like hand it to them.
You got to serve them.
Yeah, which is literally like if they're trying to avoid you, they're trying to avoid you.
Well, technically, I guess you can serve through USPS. So if you just mail it to them, it's their responsibility to check their mail regularly.
Oh,
There you go.
So at least for evictions, I don't know about other stuff.
interesting.
Utah's crazy with it. I don't know. I do have a family friend in Alabama because there is real ghettos in Alabama, not just whatever you call West Valley. I'm sure Jake knows. Instead of renting to just random people, he rents to the government. So he does Section 8 housing and everything. So he literally rents to the government. He can charge premium prices and everything. So he owns literally like 40 of them. Just
So
rent
that's just
to
guaranteed
people.
money then, right?
It's literally perfectly guaranteed.
Because the
Like,
government pays it.
yeah, but his lease agreement with the government is like ridiculous. Like they almost hold all the power in it. It's like we can leave at any time for any reason. You're like, okay,
Right.
it's worth it.
Still though, like it's guaranteed government money. And if
Yeah.
someone's needing that government, most likely they're not gonna just up and leave all of a sudden.
Yeah. So this guy, he learned how to do like pretty much every home repair trade that you would ever need. Like cabinets, he does painting, he does drywall, he does flooring, baseboards. He could do like even super intrusive stuff like putting new foundations. So he literally is like his job is just to do maintenance for himself. He's like, so like if I don't have anything to do, I just like drive around and look for a different place to buy. Like,
How would it be?
let's do that.
Yeah. Let's do that. For real. Jeez.
Ooh.
All
But
right.
I gotta get going because I gotta go talk to the old bishop, the old obispo, you know.
Okay. No worries.
Y'all have a great Wednesday. Chat with you guys probably next week.
Peace.
All right, and Jake, enjoy your Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, I got 45 minutes into it and got bored and I turned it off.
Oh.
Try again.
Fair advice,
Do over.
fair advice.
Do over.
Wait,
one
which
did you
movie did you
watch?
start with?
Yeah, I'm just curious.
It was the first
Phantom
episode.
Menace?
Yeah.
I think you gotta start with episode 4. I think that's where it gets exciting.
So you think I start with 4 then?
So 4's the original. 4, 5, and 6 are the original. So they're gonna be older quality, but they are, I feel. Well, I don't know, because 3's pretty exciting because a lot of things happen leading up to 4.
See, I got, like I said, 40 minutes in, 45 minutes into the first one, and I kept getting on my phone and I just got bored, I guess. And then I would lose where I don't know, it just wasn't captivating.
Did you even get to the pod racing?
Probably not. No, I don't think I did.
Okay.
See, I feel like I wouldn't be invested in episodes 1 through 3 if I never saw 4 through 6. It's like
That's actually a good point.
like that story means nothing to me until I watch 4 through 6.
That's true because 4, 5, 6 were done first, so they kind of set up for a lot of interesting things, which then that's why they created 1, 2, and 3. So yeah, maybe
Yeah,
start
I
there.
I
Maybe
still
see if
want to
that works
watch
for
it.
you.
I just didn't really feel. I don't know.
It didn't click.
Yeah, it didn't click.
That's fine. Not everyone has to be Star Wars fanatics, but I love Star Wars. I'm a nerd.
One of these days, I'll just have to push through it. I don't know. I get a lot of believe it or not, I get a lot of flack when I say I've never seen a Star Wars movie.
I don't
So
blame you. I don't blame. I mean, it is. I'm quite impressed. You've never seen one Star Wars. Like that is very impressive. But again, there's other movies I've seen. They're like, wait, you've never seen that? Like Titanic, for example. I've never seen the Titanic. I get flack for it all the time.
Wait, you said
See,
you haven't seen Harry Potter either, right?
me, I've seen the first two movies, but I there again, I haven't. It's been when I was in elementary school, so
And maybe Harry Potter might click better. I don't know. I personally like Harry Potter more than Star Wars. But
but
a
like
lot of
I've read the
people
Harry
will
Potter
disagree.
books, so I could probably make sense of the
Whoa, whoa,
movies
whoa.
better.
Harry Potter is Star Wars.
Harry
Let's not
Potter
get
is
this.
way.
Let's
I don't
not
know.
get
I think
this
it's way
wrong.
better.
Harry Potter is just a Star Wars. It's exactly written the same way. She didn't write anything different except that it has wands and magic instead of force.
There are a lot of similarities.
There's a video about it. It's really funny because all my friends like you just like a newer Star Wars. I'm like, okay, I like Harry Potter. I like Star Wars. They are different but have very many similarities.
They do, but I feel like you could even say that between like the story of Jesus and Star Wars. Like there's a lot of similarities
What the
there.
heck?
Jesus
forgot
is
his
literally
name.
Luke
Begotten Son.
Skywalker. I kid you not.
4, 5, and 6. Yeah, yeah, I can totally see that.
Also, Harry Potter, he's also Jesus Christ. In the last one, he's like low key. So is like Dumbledore though. Gandalf is for sure Jesus Christ in Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
blatant.
That is so obvious. Have you seen Lord of the Rings, Jake?
No, I haven't seen that either.
Son of a.
Lord of the Rings is pretty good. Those are good movies.
Hey, Lord of the Rings movie wise are definitely better than Star Wars and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
So I just Googled is Luke Skywalker like Jesus, and there's literally a Catholic page examining Star Wars and comparing it to Christianity. That is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Lord of the Rings is so good. Like I own the extended versions of all 6.
Yeah. Those are good. The Hobbit's all right.
Hobbit's okay. I actually haven't seen the new series on Prime with Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I've heard really bad. I've heard mixed emotions, I guess.
Mixed
not bad.
emotions. That's
Yeah.
why I haven't been like, oh, let's go do this type of thing.
See, I have a hard time with movies if they're not action packed right from the beginning. If that makes sense.
Lord of the Rings is
think-
pretty suspenseful, pretty much
Is it?
all throughout. Yeah, I
Of
think
the
so.
of the 3 movies, the first one is the least action just because it's building up to everything. But 2 and 3 are amazing. Like 3 won so many rewards, and with the technology they had back then, it's just amazing.
The CGI today is still like really good.
Yeah, yeah.
The first one
Like,
lays the groundwork, but it's suspenseful. They're like being like hunted essentially the entire time.
Like I can sit down and watch like have you guys seen John Wick movies?
I love John
Yeah.
Wick.
Like I can sit down and watch a
Okay.
John Wick movie, no problem. I am in it the entire time, start to finish.
Well,
But, like-
yeah. Well, because someone is always trying to kill John Wick from start to finish.
John Wick
Someone
is
is.
Exactly.
fast paced. Yeah.
So I mean, same thing with like Lord of the Rings. Someone's trying to kill someone. For at least that first movie, they're being hunted, and so I think you'd be okay with that. But 2 and 3 are just. I haven't seen the new 4th John Wick. I need to see that one still.
That one's good. One of the better ones.
Yeah.
It's actually the only one I saw in theaters. It's totally worth it.
Probably worth it.
And I'm not a movie guy.
Yeah, there you go.
That was worth it.
My last question before you go: are you guys Mission Impossible fans?
I'm not a diehard fan, but I do enjoy watching them. The new one looks pretty cool.
New one looks pretty good, and so I'm not one to like rush out and go see those in theaters. But this one's kind of a like, maybe I will type of thing.
You know,
I
I
just-
haven't seen
I
a
like
Mission
the
Impossible
stunts.
movie.
Oh gosh.
Those-
But the new one looks good. I will give you I have seen the trailer for the new one. The new one looks on point. I'll probably see the new one.
Jake, what do you do at home? Like besides schoolwork? Like what do you watch TV shows?
Not really.
You video game buff?
Do you video game?
I like I said it before, I have a PlayStation 5, but I haven't turned it on for a solid 6-7 months. I just don't have time. It's kind of one of those things that I work 46 hours a week, and then I do a 16-hour school schedule.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's
it's
fair.
literally just nonstop on the go. So
That's fair.
Dang. You just pocket all your cash. No guilty pleasures.
I've been putting a lot of money into. I bought that used truck for my boss, and I've been putting money into
Oh,
that.
that's right.
So I have my money pits. Let's put it that way. But
So you work on your cars? That's what you do in your free time then? You work on your
pretty
truck.
much, yeah, pretty
Okay.
much. But nothing too crazy.
See, I
Still
don't know how you
still
have
single. I don't have any really obligations.
Yeah, I don't know how you have energy to do 46-hour work week, 16-hour school hours, and then go want to work on a truck. Like I have no
Yeah,
desire.
I think it's relaxing. Like this last week, I repainted my hood on my truck. It was peeling. I spent 3.5, 4 hours sanding it down, getting the grade right. And it's
Okay.
relaxing.
So you like hands-on hobbies type of stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
kind of.
Okay.
I built this bookshelf that I have. Nice wood stained bookshelf that matches my bedroom set. Yeah, stuff like that. But I used to be very, very into video games. And then there was one day I was like, you know what? I'm wasting too much time doing this. And that's where that went.
Yeah, I like video games. I play maybe 2 hours a week now.
That's not bad though. Like if you can keep it around 2, I'd even say
I
2
think
to
2 to 4 hours is
4
like,
hours. Yeah,
yeah.
is prime. But what
It's
games
just
you play?
I have an Xbox, the best console ever, and
Whatever. Only thing that's good about Xbox is Halo. Okay, only thing.
that says it all. I mean, what
Only
else?
thing.
I'll give it to you. PlayStation have probably the best single player games there is.
Dude, yeah. If Spider-Man was on Xbox, that'd be so sweet.
I would
Like,
be.
that's the only thing that really motivates me to want to get a PlayStation is to play Spider-Man.
You guys get down on Call of Duty at all?
Yep. I just actually downloaded Warzone 2 because
Heck
my
yeah.
coworkers are way into it. My boss, and he's like, dude, one of these days we're just gonna hop on because we work from home now. And he's like, dude, our lunchtime, we're just gonna hop on and play. I'm like, dude, just tell me, like, come on.
Got to tell me when, man.
But yeah, I play Call of Duty. I play a lot of Apex with my buddy. I don't know if you know Apex.
I hear Apex is good. I've never played Apex.
I enjoy it more than like Fortnite style because I used to be into Fortnite, but Fortnite got way too. The skill gap is huge because if you can't build, you can't do shiz. I could be the best shooter out there, but if I can't build, I can't do anything. So I kind of left that.
So I'm big into Call of Duty. I've beaten all of the Assassin's Creed games minus the new one that just came out. I love Assassin's Creed.
I'm replaying them. I'm in Black Flag right now.
Oh, that's
Black
one of the
Flag is
better
so
ones.
much fun.
Yeah, I'm just playing them in order that the story is, and so I'm on Black Flag right now. It's probably my favorite one that I've played. I still haven't played the newest one, the Valhalla.
Yeah, I have it, but I haven't even opened it. Like it's sitting up.
Yeah, I own.
Really
I
foolish.
own
I don't
one.
know why.
Well, they went on
Like-
sale like digitally. They went on sale for $15 for all three, like the Rome one, the Pyramid one, and the Viking one. They went on sale, so I was like, yeah, I'm picking them up. So I own them. Haven't touched them, but I own them.
Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I'm like, yeah, that's a good price. I pick
Almost
it
got
up and it sits on my shelf.
Yeah.
But
all right, my dudes. Well, I'm gonna go eat dinner now. But so what do we need to do? What are we texting about? I was so confused about that.
The business case analysis. I'm pretty sure we can just get by if we don't text about it though.
we're gonna text about it.
Yeah, we're
You're
gonna
a
text about it,
landlord
yeah.
and you live in your house with 4 paint. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, man. My friends. I will see you all next week.
All right.
All right.
Later.
Adios, amigos.
See you guys.